what you mean. Breaking through glass cages inside of me. Surfing and swimming in a never-ending sea. Finding missing puzzles to keep. Crack the cracking for everyone to sleep. Illusions walking and living like zombies. Allowing people to play with my mind like chess piece. Stole the key to my psyche. Now for years I just wanna hide me. Deflowered and free. Initiations with time.
What up, Sallie? It's your girl Lenormand here, back with another reading. This message is going to be specifically for the Mercury retrograde for Pisces energy. So this is for anywhere you have Pisces in your chart, anywhere, whether it's a planetary placement or your house cusp. This message is going to be for you, okay? Mercury retrograde just started on May 10th and will go until June 3rd from 4 degrees Gemini all the way back to 25 degrees Taurus. So wherever that degree is in your chart concerning Piscean energy in your chart, this message is for you. Yeah, because that's the Mercury retrograde degrees, and then this for Pisces, okay? So, also, of course, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome as well. Don't leave without hitting the like, share, and subscribe buttons on my channel here. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you know when a new video is dropping. A new series is dropping. Next will be the Jupiter in Aries transit video, okay? All right, so if you're looking for a personal reading, since this one is completely general, and if the message doesn't apply, let it fly, and thank you for stopping by. But personal readings are available. You can check the description box below for my link tree, where you can book directly on Square Reader, or you can send me an email at iamleminiscent@gmail.com. Okay, so let's get into your reading, Pisces energy. Of course, I had to do, not only am I doing y'all lives, but I'm doing y'all completely different than I did everybody else's reading. So yeah, y'all special. Thank you so much, Pisces energy. All right, so this is going to be start off as a challenge, and then it's going to back up. I started doing your reading outside. Something told me to stop, but I didn't listen, and then I had to stop because my phone died. So I'm here in the comfort and coziness of my earthy room, and we're gonna do it here. So but yeah, this is gonna start off with the square. You know, Gemini and Pisces energy squares, they challenge each other, but it's going to go back into Taurus, which is going to give you an opportunity to fix or correct something that was going to be extremely or overwhelmingly challenging for you, but you just needed to reassess your value system so you can make sure that you're ready and prepared for the challenge ahead, okay? You still have Mars and Neptune in your sign. Jupiter is officially in Aries as of today. So you still have the ability to motivate yourself based on the dreams you wish to fulfill. However, with Jupiter being your second house energy right now, you're ready to grow and expand in new ways and new opportunities that maybe you were looking to do the last Jupiter cycle, but now you chose to take a different course to go about understanding or learning this. So now you get an opportunity with Jupiter to do this again, but the Mercury retrograde is going to help you to reconstruct a more solid plan. And again, that will be based on Taurus energy, on your value system. What matters and means the most to you materially based on where you are spiritually, okay? Because it's not about what you have, it's about how you get it, okay? What energy are you in? Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, I am the High Priestess Reminiscent. I have the power to manifest all my desires. in alignment with my divine assignment for the greatest good of all. Ashe. All right, what? I was about to say a bracelet. What divine messages do we have for Pisces energy? Okay, it's getting real intimate. You know, Pisces is my 8th house cusp, so congratulations. What divine messages do we have for Piscean energy? What divine messages do we have for Piscean energy? What divine messages do we have for Piscean energy? What divine messages do we have for Piscean energy when it comes to using their magical talents, gifts, and abilities to understand the world around them without becoming the world around them? What message do we have for Piscean energy for this Mercury retrograde? Okay, so use your personal power. Off top, worthiness and receptivity. And last, speak your truth. You may have to share with someone that you're bold enough or you're prepared enough to make a move or make a change in your life that a lot of people may not be expecting. It may kind of scare them, honestly, which is probably why the abrasive message came through. At the bottom, we have adventure and play. Okay, so it's something that you truly want to do, but you may need to grow a bit of, because the connect confidence popped out. So you may need to grow your confidence about the choice you're about to make moving forward in your life, because I feel like you're about to explore the world or explore a different place. Like you want to go somewhere or move somewhere or challenge yourself to do something you've never done before. And it's like I'm getting like backpacking energy. Very much like you want to go on like some type of trip and just say fuck everything else and do whatever you want to do. And that's the energy you're being called to do. But everyone else is like, okay, but hold on, like, how are you just gonna up and leave and go do this? Or how are you just gonna up and leave? And somebody might be doing this to you, because energy is, you know, transferable. So it could be you or someone in your vicinity that just want to up, leave, and do whatever they want to do. But this retrograde will give them time to rethink and restructure what their ultimate goal is without, you know, being in a rush. Okay, so they may not want to, they want to figure it out right now how to move forward, because once this retrograde is over, they're going to start taking action. Okay, it could be someone that's younger than you, or you could be younger than this person. Okay, could be a child, definitely, or you could be explaining this to your parents that you're ready to move out. If you're in that, you know, space, you know, the millennials, they played us on the housing, so it doesn't matter how old you are, you live at home, it doesn't matter. What matters is a lot of people feel like you're not ready to face some critical life-changing development that you feel more than prepared to do. Okay, use your personal power. Ooh, you already know what to do. King of Swords, you already know. The King of Swords is someone who makes a decision and that's it. They fixed on it. They fixed on what they think about the situation, so that's how they're going to move forward. Worthiness and receptivity. We got the Hierophant. Okay. And that's Taurus energy, and the Hierophant also represents Taurus, the teacher of values, work. You worked hard for this change, or you went through a lot of work in order for you to feel like you're ready to receive whatever, all the work, the self-work that you've done, the spiritual work that you've done. More Taurus and Mercury and Taurus energy here, more Taurus. 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of is Hierophant. So it's like you've done a lot of spiritual personal work on yourself, and now you're ready to go to your next level, but you've been afraid to take the leap of faith that this Jupiter and Aries transit is going to help you have in your finances. So if you haven't had a lot of money, they may be afraid that, oh, if you do that or you make that shift or that change and your money is not, you know, at this time looking like you can actually do that, you can still do it. You may have to rearrange some things. There may be some delays. You may have to, you know, make a sacrifice, which Pisces, you know all too well, making sacrifices. But I feel like the sacrifice you might be making may be your job, because you feel like you're worth more than what they can offer you, or there's something more that you want out of life that your job is not going to give you. So you're willing to sacrifice that and to aim for a higher spiritual purpose in life, because what you're receiving at this job may not be worthy. You may be in a position of authority, a trainer or something like that, but it's not, you know, giving you the means that you require. So you gotta make a decision. So you may spend these next 2 weeks deciding whether you want to keep a job or you want to stay where you are currently residing, or do you want to just go ahead and use your own willpower to bring into physical manifestation the life that you want to live, where you want to live, and how you want to live. Okay, speak your truth. You may have to tell a Sagittarius, Knight of Wands. But this could definitely be you, telling someone like, you know, I want to go back and do this. I want to go back to this type of training, or I want to go back and do this. So whatever has you questioning, or whatever you're working with, person, place, or thing, idea, that has you questioning whether you can really do it, even though it's what you want to do, but you're questioning whether you should do it. Is it the right time? Do you need more money? Do you need more financial support? Do you need more moral support? You may have a conversation with someone that, you know, you're just going to tell them what the situation is, like just straight up. And let's look at the rest of these. Let's clarify these. That came out: the King of Swords, the Hierophant, Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. You could be talking to a Virgo manager, because the Eight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo card. So this is your opposite energy, okay? But there's a relationship you have with something that you've been working very, very hard on. And I feel like if it's something that you've been working on but you took a break from, you want to get back into it, do it. Definitely do it. Just allow this retrograde to help you piece the puzzles together. Like, come up with a plan of action that you want to take. Mercury retrograde in Gemini is Mercury Virgo, okay? 10 of Pentacles. So you have the ability to focus on organizing, practically planning out how this change is going to go, okay? Because you are the person that's in control of how your physical life happens, okay? As far as what is going to come to you, what's coming to you, how it plays out definitely depends on where you are emotionally with yourself, but also you want to take into account that you don't want to allow outside energy to affect you, okay? So if you don't have any like solid plans right now, but you know exactly what you want to do, you may go and tell someone like, okay, this is what I want to do, but you don't know exactly how you want to do it just yet. You have a lot of ideas on how you can do it, but you haven't settled on one final one just yet. You can definitely meet some opposition, but at the same time, it's supposed to encourage you to dig a little deeper into what you know you're worth, so you can pull that up and out to the forefront when you are practicalizing your success moving forward. So let's look at this Knight of Swords. What do you know? Queen of Cups, your energy. Queen of Cups here, sitting here. Okay, so yeah, when it comes to owning your personal power, I feel like it's something that you had to, it's something that you need to acknowledge right now. I need you, wherever you have Pisces energy, you need to acknowledge how much power you ultimately have. Pisces is the most magical energy because it is the energy that's equivalent to the infinite. Okay, Pisces encompasses all 12 energies. Okay, it has the ability to understand and be it understands collective energy. And the only other thing that's a collective energy like that is the ultimate energy that sustains everything, that consistency. Okay. However, Aquarius is knowledge. King of Swords is knowledge. So your personal power is that you know that you have the ability to feel, to be perceptive, to be psychic, to be emotional, to be extremely sensitive to what's going on around you. That's your personal power. It is a personal power. You can use it to gauge other people and how they think and feel about you or whatever you're engaged in at the moment. But right now, you need to be utilizing that personal power for yourself. You need to be turning that energy inward to figure out, what do you already know about your personal power and how it can work for you, instead of you looking at other people and perceiving their illusions of grandeur. You can easily call out when someone is a little, right? Because you already know how far you can even go in your own, you know. So you know how far people can go. But don't limit yourself. Wherever you have Piscean energy in your chart during this retrograde, don't limit yourself in the power or capabilities that you have. Because if you really took the time to really get to know intimately the power you hold being connected to the divine, you would understand that anything is possible. Literally, on some Kevin Garnett, like, anything is possible. So yeah, and you got the Devil at the bottom, Capricorn energy. Okay, so this definitely is about you being afraid to probably even acknowledge the fact that you're powerful enough to literally imagine exactly to detail what it is that you want, even to the point, you know, you can imagine what it is that you want and it will happen thus so. And a lot of people may not think that's what or who you are, but it is very easily. It's not hard for you. The only thing that will make it hard for you is this earth energy here, this 8 of Pentacles, where you're constantly working on something. But if you're not working on building your own worth, you're working to build someone else's worth. Let's look at this. And you got the Tower with the 8 of Wands. So something quickly is falling. Very, very quickly. Something is over. Okay, something is completely over. You may be completely over someone, or you may be completely over something. You could be completely, or someone is just having a tough time right now with their own money and things of that nature. And they may come to you and ask you for you to lend your personal magical powers to create like something like offhand, like something like somebody's car messed up, Mercury retrograde. Or they have some type of delay in something where, here you go, this and transcendence, right? You're going to be called, someone's going to call you for help. And you may not want to do it, but you have the power to transform the situation if you want to. It's just about, do you believe in your own personal power, or you may be asking this to someone else, like, do you not understand that you have the power to manifest all that you want and desire in your life, and you don't have to lean on another person or depend on other people to get it done? And the more that you can see that in another person, like I was saying, you know how far your illusions can go, so that tells you where someone else's illusion are, how far they are into themselves. If they're not that far in deep within themselves, that they have no depth at all, you will be able to clearly see that. And then you could see also how you've been in a situation like that, or you may come to a situation like that to remind you that you are that powerful. So whatever decision you was holding back from making, now you can reconsider, like, well, if this person did this, and I could easily see where they could have adjusted themselves or their perception of the situation and helped themselves, why can't I do it for me concerning this thing that I've been working so hard, probably in silence, to get the motivation or the confidence to make that big move or that big jump or that big chop or something. You've been working your way up to it, but now is the time for you to take action. So it makes sense why this Knight of Wands here, which is a situation that does require activity, physical actions have to be done. So you have to physically tell somebody something. Let's look at this. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. I'm about to say, what are you gonna say? Okay, we got the Seven of Cups and the Six of Disc. Okay, is this up? Yeah, it's up. Okay, so the Seven of Cups, Venus in Capricorn, Six of Disc is Moon in Taurus, exalted. So this is new moon and full moon energy, basically, right here that I'm holding. Okay, so you may have came up with a new idea during this new moon in Taurus eclipse that had just taken place, and this full moon in Scorpio is give you an opportunity to go back and communicate what decision you chose to make. So it's like basically someone probably called you, gave you an opportunity to do something. You told them, you know what, I'm gonna think about it. And it was like you were already set to go with this answer that you already had in your head. And then you allow this Mercury retrograde to tell you to wait 1 second before you sign that dotted line, before you make that final choice, before you complete this conversation or this contract. Wait 1 second and let's see the opportunity for something else that may be of equal or better value for you. My nose keeps itching. Okay, I must be right. So, with that being said, let's look, and yeah, you gotta tell somebody how you feel. You may have to let them know, like, I need more time to think about it until this shit is over. You may be afraid. You may be afraid to tell somebody what you want to do. They may only see the shadow side of the situation and not the potentiality of your growth, your personal growth. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is getting kind of long. All right, I was gonna say just one more, please. Okay, you got the Jack of Spades. Whip. You gotta commit, Pisces. It's time to commit to what you're gonna do so you can move on with the rest of your life. 11, this is a doorway that you're walking through. So let's look at this real quick. I'm gonna read this birds first, okay? Oh, birds is not the fear, mice is the fear. I should have read this earlier. Okay, so we got birds. Birds carry messages from spirit, but you must still yourself and listen. Tune into the solutions calling to be distinguished above a cacophony of noise. May the song be as clear as a prayer. This card reminds you spirit has not left you stranded, will never leave you in the lurk. Tricksters and sabotagers may attempt to distract you and drown out all hope, but help is always nearby. There's always a way. So again, that goes back to me when I said before, like somebody may call you for help and you may be like, did you really need help for that? Like, why don't you just change your reality by changing the movie or the film playing in your head, edit that bitch, and move on with life? Like, you may have to tell somebody that, like, for real. And then 11, whip, sacrifice. A word we said before, right, Pisces? Nothing worthwhile or lasting was ever achieved by simply wanting it to be yours. In the spirit world, sacrifice and work moves things a lot further than simply thinking it into your life. So are you willing to sacrifice your time, your money, your comfort, convenience, and privilege for what you want? Or will you sit at the altar, palms open, expecting everything? This card is also about the sacrifices your ancestors made for you to be here today. You are the manifestation of their work and sacrifice. You are the product of their magic. You honor them and the sacrifices they made by also honoring yourself. So if there's a decision you need to make sure you make it with the best of intentions for, yourself. Okay? If you don't take care of you, who will? I mean, that's just being fair. And don't allow people to sacrifice you in a circumstance where you end up in a lesser of a situation as well. It's time for everyone to grow and expand in new ways and use the development of the last 12 years to build something better than what's taking place in the last 13 years in your life. And if anyone is getting in the way of that, they need to exit stage left. Okay? So that's the long-awaited message I have for you, Piscean energy. Thank you so much for tuning into this message. I hope it finds you well. And until again,